I am fortunate that I run both the finance and the IT portfolios of the company.
Absolutely.
This being the case, collaboration between the CFO and the CIO is sort of at the 100% level. So I think that's a good start. The lockdown, when announced, came as a surprise. It's happened for the first time in the history of India that everything was stopped other than essential services. No one was really prepared on how to handle something like this.
Sure.
We tend to have business continuity plans. We tend to have disaster recovery plans. They are usually addressing very different kind of situations. Wearing my IT hat, the IT personnel of a manufacturing company, we are a manufacturing company, they were not identified as essential services. And yet we had to make sure that the data centers are running. Because without those data centers, there is no work from home possible. So quick focused actions by IT, they led to, like, if I would just share with you the first 1 week, how it sort of panned out. Day one, increasing the internet bandwidth to 2 times of what we used to have. Day 3, connecting over 50 people on Teams. And just to sort of give you some background, we were trying to roll out Teams within the company for the last more than a year. And I think the lockdown was a catalyst for it. Day 5, 4 times the VPN connections that we had in the company, and 2 times the WebEx connections, WebEx including audio, video, both sides. Day 7, over 100 people on Teams, and by day 15, over 500 people on Teams. So the pace at which one had to evolve required the IT team to work very closely with all cross-functional organizations, including finance.
Right.
And the focus on technology continues. And the focus, as you mentioned, technology differentiator, we are right now focused on the front end. How do we digitize the front end and make web-based and cloud-based tools available for our feet on the street, so to say.
Right.
Coming back to finance, almost entire work of finance even today is being done remotely. During the lockdown, it was done remotely, be it cash applications, be it closing the books, be it vendor payments, be it processing, we did everything remotely. Our plants, our factories started to some extent about a month ago, where workers, after following all the due processes, where we started really producing. But till date, we do not have any finance person going. There is only one person who goes every day, whose only job is to scan documents and send to whomsoever requires in case they need. 1 or 2 people came at the month end for some specific, just to support the sales team, not like any finance activity, just to sort of be there, any credit approvals to be given, etc., etc. And 1 person came for workers' salary processing. And the whole paradigm and the focus is we got to make sure how we can drive safety.
Sure.
And not a single person in finance can go to office without my specific written approval. I go twice a week. I do go twice a week, but I don't want anybody else coming in. And this has become the forcing function within the organization. How can we work remotely?
Right.
How can we use the latest tools? Right. And that's the path that we are on.
I completely agree with my professional friend Deepak. What he has narrated in the IT, most of the companies are doing that. I will just briefly in a sentence will say that IT has been hygiene, and it has, I will say, become more hygiene in the current. And during this lockdown period, people have learned to live with it without going to the office, how they can maximize the usage. The only challenge is that still our mindset was there, all the ERPs are there for the accounting and all these things. Now people are moving towards that, how these ERP and other systems can be used more as a business tool than the accounting tool. So I think that journey has already started continuing. It is a hygiene, it will continue. And just one last remark I will put from my side. One of the questions you have mentioned in the previous this thing, how you will redefine the role of CFO. In the current situation and the going forward, I will redefine the role of CFO not as a chief financial officer, but as a chief facilitating officer. So that our role is that we can facilitate all the functions of the company, of the business, so that they can take all the rightful decisions for the sustainability and the growth of the business.